folks, here we are. We're at Ollie's. This is my first experience with Ollie's, so I'm very excited. I don't know what I expected, but it doesn't surprise me it looks like this. 10 bucks for sure. I have to like find the toys here. Moths flying through here. Oh, this Ollie's experience is gonna be awesome. Oh, a Fortnite shark. This is Hasbro's failed Fortnite line. And I wish I knew, like, you know, why it failed, because the stuff that Hasbro did, the 6-inch Fortnite line, was so much better than the stuff Jazzwares was doing on their 6-inch line. I wasn't there long enough to actually enforce anything, and the stuff I did try to enforce, they, you know, fought me on it. But then Hasbro got out, they turned out some cool stuff. Like, it was much better quality stuff, and for some reason it didn't take. And it's weird because Fortnite was so popular, the 4-inch line, when Jazzwares started doing it. And then all of a sudden, like, it just crapped the bed. Now, I had kind of told them not to do 6-inch and 4-inch at the same time. You're going to cannibalize your brand. But I think there was something more to it. I think the trend of Fortnite, even though people still play it, I think the trend of it, like something fell apart. I think I have this, Moss Man. The Masterverse like line is pretty cool. I think it was, this kind of came out around this, like just after the what do they call the retro line? Whatever the retro line is I collect. See, I don't even remember what I collect half the time. Origins. But then, you know, the Masterverse line came out and I was like, oh, that's something different. But it seemed like, well, you're doing 2 collector lines at 2 different scales kind of thing. But I liked what they were doing. I should have like kept getting these. A 6-leg panther. Yeah, see, I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons fan. So watch Dungeons and Dragons fans are going to be like, how do you not know what that is? That's this thing, a displacer beast. Now I know that it's a displacer beast. Pretty cool with the signature on it. See, like, I know nothing about Dungeons and Dragons, so I'm like, well, why does this have a signature on it? Like, who's this guy? Did he design this character? Is he like the artist or something? I don't know. See, this is like when I was talking in our packaging video, which I think I would normally say, oh, link in the description or do one of those stupid point things. Go watch the YouTube channel and see the video I did on packaging, where I talked about the Thor Love and Thunder, how they made these in closed boxes, so you kind of have to guess what it did, whereas this is pretty, you know, obvious what it does. And that's what these $10, you know, platform box feature figures should do. They shouldn't be in a closed box, you know, because then it's like hard to illustrate that. I'm pretty yeah. So I did this Black Panther figure, but I did it for the Avengers line, and then they just reused it for the Black Panther line. Oh wait, how many of these guys were in the band? Weren't there a bunch of them? But oh yeah, they all don't come with the same instruments. See, that's silly. The Power of the Force 2 mail-away one came with all like 5 or 6 instruments, but one figure, so you kind of have to like get all of them. But I'm like, yeah, people are gonna want all the guys anyway. Second favorite Star Wars movie ever made. That's a hot take right there, baby. Oh, Bill Burr? I feel like I should buy this figure just so I can have a Bill Burr head. I think that's what we're gonna do. Should try to find a good one. There we go. All right, Ollie's is gonna get some of my money. So this is where I have a problem. I don't know if this is a Hasbro mandate or it was a Star Wars mandate, but you have 2 Miggs Mayfield figures, one in his regular outfit and then one when they infiltrated the Empire's installation or whatever. Both Bill Burrs, but they left the helmet on this figure. Now I know that there's a Bill Burr head under there. Don't you think if you're selling this figure, you'd want people to be able to see the head? Because I'm like, well, what if I buy that head There's a shitty paint job underneath it. Put the helmet off to the side. Because if you put the helmet off to the side, it'll make it look like it's more packed out and has more accessories. But instead you put this helmet on a known actor, and that's what you get. I guess that's why this figure's at Ollie's. I love this Mario line. I have the Bowser, I have Mario. So good. It's like that, when I see like this junk here, okay, I understand. Well, like it pains me to see this because this is like an actually good line. I think they just made too much of it. See, I want to put this helmet on. Like I want to wear this. I want to wear this helmet and put it on. Like that's kind of silly that that's all it does. And the reason they did that is because I'm pretty sure, I'm trying to remember the item I worked on where we had to do something like that, where it was a big helmet and he had to put it in a box. And it's like, well, this is what the guy's helmet looked like. So how do you fit that helmet into this box? Well, you make it, make that the action feature. But it's really not an action feature, it's just making it so that it fits in the platform box. But also, like, this is the best you could do with this movie. Like, people really give a crap about this character that you made this helmet. Roleplay is like, it's easy but also hard at the same time. Like, you gotta make something that kids wanna run around and wear. Like, I think people really wanna be that dude? No, they wanna be Black Panther. So don't make that, it's a waste of money. Hence, why it's at Ollie's. 89 Batman. Build and collect, all right. Ooh, look, they even, because a lot of people don't get this right, and I notice like some companies do it differently and some don't. They actually put the real 89 logo on it, the one that has the extra, I guess they call them like thorns or whatever on the end of the bat symbol. A lot of people hate that. I love it. I thought the 89 bat symbol was so much cooler than this. Here's another one of mine that they rehashed. I designed this claw feature that comes out like that. So I did this for the first Black Panther movie when I did that other figure. Actually, yeah, it wasn't the Avengers line, it was the first Black Panther movie. I did a really cool transforming, it was like a mech suit panther that turned into a jet, which was cool. They normally don't let you do like obscure stuff like that, but this was my roleplay item that I designed, and then they just rehashed. So. Ric Flair with a robe for $4. There's something about this line I really liked, and I thought about collecting it, but then I was like, I just don't need another thing. But I always liked the old Remco figures. They were on this kind of body. It's basically the same, He-Man / Origins body, but Remco basically just stole the He-Man body, and everyone was doing squat figures like that. But they started doing these like the old Remco AWA figures, and I just thought it was really cool. So I applaud Mattel for actually doing those and going pretty deep in it, because they do soft goods and stuff. It's really cool. That's a cool blue. Every now and then I'll see like a cool color or deco on something, and I'll pick it up just because I'm like, well, that's cool. Like if I need to spec a color, like that midnight metallic blue, but I'm pretty sure it's in my Pantone book, but seeing it on something is cool. Like here's another one. Like they use that nice cool iridescent yellow and green on that. Yeah, see all these like pearlescent metallics and stuff like that. I used to love doing funky colors. When I did Spider-Man, I never used to use white for the eyes. I used to always use white pearl because it had like a sheen to make them look like lenses. That's how you knew I worked on a Spider-Man item, because the eyes were always white pearl, not white. This is what I was expecting, like this level of like wild, like legends and stuff. If you ever needed an answer on what Marvel movies performed and which ones didn't, come to an Ollie's. Now, these Titan Hero figures, they were always a challenge because you couldn't really do a lot with deco. They were supposed to be like a bargain store kind of thing. And when they first did them in 2012 or 2013, like the markets like flipped out, and they were like, whoa, a $10 figure and the margin's so great. Like I was told, I'm not gonna say it on here, what these things cost to make, and it was disgusting because the margins they were making on these Titan Heroes. But like when we did Spider-Man, his back wasn't painted, and like Marvel/Disney let you have like some, you know, corner cutting because they understood what Titan Hero was. But then as they got like further into their movies and more, you know, like detailed characters, like look at all the detail on him. It's like we never used to get away with all that deco on Titan Hero. But now they're getting away with it, and they're doing the inkjet face printing. So it's like this one crushed their margin because now it's didn't sell and it's at Ollie's. I would hate to have to work on the WWE brand because all like these guys with all their tattoos, and it's like guys will go on injury and then come back and have more tattoos, and it's like the amount of deco you're spending. Now these are supposed to be basic figures, like these are their $10 figures that don't come with anything and basic articulation, but you got a guy like Randy Orton who's just got tattoos everywhere. It's like, well, you can't escape that. And then I see the CM Punk figures, they got tattoos everywhere. Same thing with Rey Mysterio. I found gold. GI Joe fans, make sure you turn this video off because you're about to get upset. Oh, look at that. Look at that gold right there. Look at that. Snake Eyes with his light up laser sword. Although I don't know why he's wearing a mask because I never saw him in that mask in the movie. Oh wait, I did. It was for like 3 seconds at the very end. But someone thought it was important to put a mask on the figure. Jeez, Ric Flair's everywhere. Look at these sealed cases of Ric Flair. Amazing Batman movie. I know it's kind of just divisive. It's also my favorite Batman costume ever. When I was there, they were trying to do this. Like I was talking about the Titan Hero figures. Well, Titan Hero started going up in costs, and you can't change the price of a Titan Hero. He's meant to be $10. But they're like, well, what's the next iteration? What's the solve for Titan Hero as cost rises? Oh, well, let's just make a Titan Hero smaller scale. So they did this. You know, they're like, this is their genius plan. It's like all these great minds and talented people, and like, this is what you come up with. Let's just make it smaller and less articulation. It looks like an unfinished figure. It looks like a bootleg unfinished figure. Like at least like Snake Eyes, they put some stuff on his belt. Now I get it because they molded this in green and then had to spray his neck a flesh tone. But it's like, that's the only deco on him. Oh, and they sprayed the hands and they sprayed the face. So it's like, you got that. Shit, there's probably 10 hits of deco on these figures. Yeah, Cobra Commander. I mean, Cobra Commander has the most out of anybody because you have to spray. They sprayed the, it's either the blue or the black, I can't tell. Because the arm's one molded piece. So they had to spray that. Cobra logo, that blue, that silver, the black on the bell. So like he has a lot of deco. But when you have a lot of deco spread over one figure and then you have like an assortment, the other figures will suffer, AKA Roadblock. Like, oh, just put less on Roadblock, no one cares. I like how on the back they show him with all the detail on him and everything like that. This giant gun with this blue deco, and this is what you get. Oh geez, we got more toys over there. Hate to like buy something and then find out I actually have it. Do you know how often I do that? Still 20 bucks. I got her one that's a mermaid. Had a mermaid tail coming out of it. It's pretty cool, man. You know? Every now and then you guys should like remember that they make toys for kids, and you should go look at some of the kids' toys because there's really, really cool stuff. Definitely don't have him. I bought this figure. I definitely didn't pay full price for it. I'm trying to remember where I got it. It was probably on discount somewhere. But I got it just because it's Hugh Grant's first figure. I actually thought Ollie's was gonna be a little cheaper. See, it was like, how do you make Titan Hero cheaper? And then how do you make Titan Hero even cheaper? You make these guys. Look how off his eyes are. These were like, I don't know if we were using a new factory at the time or whatever, but I remember I was getting these samples and I was like, why do these look terrible? This place is like sensory overload. Ollie's has comic books. Gary Frank, great artist. I didn't see the price. Like, what are they selling it for? $5 for a hardcover? That's cool. Sketchbook. Page layouts. Oh, that's cool. They go through like layouts and then you can practice. And then show you what pencil pages look like small blue line paper. That's a fun book. Ooh, this is the artwork they used when I did the all new X-Men box set for Toys R Us, where I put my head on X-Men. I had asked the packaging team if I could draw the artwork for the box. And they were like first I asked my boss, I said, can I go to the packaging team? Can I do this? Can I do the artwork? Now, no designers never asked that before, but I like to do it all. I could draw. So I was like, I want to draw the box art. So I went to the head packaging guy, who I do not care for. And I showed him my portfolio. He's like, oh, your stuff's really good. And he's like, all right, we'll talk about it. And then he threw me under the bus. Like, he went to my boss and was just like, why is he showing you our work? Like, why is he trying to take our job? Like, they were so defensive, the packaging team, like you were going to take their job. I'm like, no, instead of you paying someone on the outside, I'm telling you, I'll do it for free. Like on my off time at home, I'll do the packaging art. They didn't see it that way. They saw it as me taking their job away from them. So what did they do in the end? They ended up using stock Marvel art anyway. And it's just like, okay, great. Grand Moff Tarkin, because I don't have him. I'm getting Kazim, because I wanted this Indiana Jones line, but I wanted it cheap, and he was the only one they had. But I'm not 100% sure I have him or not. I'm getting this Miggs Mayfield because I want a Bill Burr head to put on an Action Force figure. And I'm getting some Batman Hush coloring books. Look at these. This is all Jim Lee's awesome artwork from Hush in a coloring book. Now I'm getting one for my son, and I'm getting one for me to look at because I have an idea of doing a coloring book for Rhode Island Comic Con. Let's see, 10, 20, $34. Again, I don't know what I was expecting. I guess I was expecting something a little different, but also kind of what I expected. But yeah, I mean, it's tons of stuff they can't sell that is just sitting around.